Today on the channel, we got a double dose of Big Rubber Guy's Macho Man Randy Savage figures with the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive USA Macho Man and the extra devious Cincinnati Reds version.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for a double dose of Macho Man Randy Savage. First with the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from 2025, the USA edition, and the first of a long line of to-come future figures from their Major League Baseball line, Cincinnati Reds edition, Macho Man Randy Savage. But of course, for all your Big Rubber Guy needs, you better head over to Collect Major. But for everything else under the sun, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use code Kyle, save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal out there. And we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And the tale of two Macho Mans, an amazing one here and one of the worst garbs I've ever seen in my life. As you guys know, I'm an Oakland A's guy, and I will never forgive the Cincinnati Reds for 1990. The fix was in. I think Pete Rose was still around, maybe gambling. There was some kind of fix going on because the star power of that A's team, oh, don't even get me listing the names once again. So many stars in that A's team compared to like a Rob Dibble, Eric Davis, Chris Sabo and those glasses, goggles, Tom Browning, Barry Larkin. Did I mention Eric Davis? Ooh, Eric Davis. But that's Cincinnati Reds team. We'll get into that. I'm not a Reds guy. I'm still bitter about that. All these years, 26 years later, it just ruined my childhood in a lot of ways. But we'll get into that. But first, we're going to go to the old hat stuff. We're going to go Wrestling Edition Macho Man Randy Savage. And this was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive in 2025. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I think we should have had this a few months ago. And they've had a few delays. But as we've seen lately, they are pumping out a lot of product for the Big Rubber Guys. Unfortunately for me, I thought Killer Cross was involved with Coco Beware and the Genius and that wave. Apparently, it was separate. So my orders on those are held up with the Killer Cross figure. What are we doing here? But the Macho Man is here today, and we're going to dive into this one here. And the first thing I noticed when I got this out of the package, I believe there was supposed to be a sticker on here. No sticker, unfortunately, for me. But besides that, no damage, no broken plastic and stuff. We've been up and down with that over the years with the Big Rubber Guys. This one came perfect shape. Your mileage may vary, as we say on the channel here. Big Rubber Guys, all that kind of stuff. Macho Man here in his USA garb, looking very good and looking very similar to this Reds garb. Once again, we'll get into that in a little bit. Looking good in the package. Nothing too crazy on the sides. Then the huge checklist on the back. Oh my goodness, so much to check. But we're going to dive into it. We're going to see what all the fuss is about right here. And, ooh, I can smell it. It smells like it's straight from the factory. This thing probably left the factory like a month ago or something. But I do save my packaging, so a nice gentle off to the side. See you later, goodbye. Plastic Macho Man Prison. How about that? Perfect for the 4th of July picnic, of course. Can I get him out? What the heck? Threw his hat. Now I'm going to have to go fish the hat out. Let me find the hat. We'll be back. All things USA, Macho Man Randy Savage. All right, and we're back with the hat. So I wasn't aware the hat came off, or I was probably aware, but I probably totally forgot about it. But the hat is removable here. Very patriotic hat. You got the red, white, and blue going on. Star looking nice. A good-looking hat for a cowboy hat for Macho Man Randy Savage. A guy that loved a good cowboy hat as his career went on. But now we're diving into the old Mach here, looking pretty good. Very similar head sculpt that we saw, it looks like. Obviously, it's a Macho Man. It's the same guy, but looks a lot like it in the face department here. Reminds me of the other Macho Mans we've had in a lot of different versions, as we know. We'll compare a few of those here in this video. You got the glasses going on, the shades looking very nice. You got the beard looking nice. Got the long hair. Got the good hot dog tan. It's the Macho Man Randy Savage. There's no way around it. Macho USA on the front. Got the blue jacket on. Stars all over it in white. Got that white star blue shirt underneath there. Macho USA on the back. You got the fringe off to the side. Very cool, of course, for Macho Man. Always a flashy guy. Got the trunks looking good. USA down the boots. Just a very cool summertime San Diego Comic-Con, obviously exclusive. This fits good because this isn't one you want evergreen. This isn't one you want out there every day. It's a deep cut Macho Man, but just definitely resonates, especially in the July timeframe if you're from the United States. Obviously, celebrating the 4th of July, and the 250th anniversary of the United States is this year, so you can celebrate with this Macho Man if you want to. Let's say you're having a picnic and there's burgers and hot dogs and stuff like that. You could easily just throw this on the table here as a little centerpiece in the table if you want to. This Macho Man looking very nice here. Now, he does got the Fist of Fury on one hand, and then you got the Ooh Yeah hand over here, looking very nice once again. No articulation. I know, surprise, surprise, no articulation on this one. And as I always do, be it Latuni, be it Mattel, be it Big Rubber Guys, I always think back, how would I like this one as a little kid in my playing days? Obviously, you'd say this wouldn't be a very good playing figure because of the whole outfit here. But I was a little kid who played with his wrestling figures, his Hasbros, his LJNs, and like the LOD and the shoulder pads never bothered me with the Hasbros. But I will say, a little asterisk, the Macho Man that was similar to this, had the fringe on the jacket. That one did bother me. That was entrance gear, interview, commentator Macho Man for me. And then he'd wear that to the ring, and then I'd switch out to one of the other Macho Men when I got that one going. So I don't think I would have liked this as a playability one as a kid, but here, my adult age, this is perfect. This is what I'm looking for. Love a good patriotic USA Macho Man, but this isn't the first time we've got it. We got it from Mattel many years ago. And can you imagine if Macho Man comes back to Mattel, how many Macho Men we're going to get? We're just going to be undated. It's going to be crazy. Our head will spin. But we did get that once upon a time. I think I actually got, I do got that right here. So we got that here. Not quite as detailed, not the big over jacket, all that kind of stuff, but a similar experience, I guess you could say. And then Grapplers and Gimmicks just recently did a Hasbro style one, and somehow I missed that one. So I think that is long sold out. I do not own that in my collection. Long game, one day, we'll see what ends up happening. But this Macho Man is here today. He stands just fine on his own. And now we turn our attention to possibly the very worst Macho Man Randy Savage figure of all time. Yes, I said it. You put this Reds garb on it. It smells like piss. We know how those skywalks are up there in Cincinnati. We know there's people peeing. Little Kyle going to the starting lineup convention in Cincinnati once upon a time with his dad, just seeing grown men peeing in the skywalk. They didn't even care. And it's just singed into my brain from my time in Cincinnati. Also trying Chick-fil-A for the first time, which was a wonderful experience. And now all these years later, I hate Chick-fil-A because my daughters and wife want to eat it every single day and I can't stand it anymore. But I'll never forget the Cincinnati Reds from 1990. I will never forget that. The A's should have won the World Series. It's still deep in my craw, and I'm going to get my revenge on Chris Sabo once again. It's going to happen one of these days. I'm going to take his goggles. That's what I'm going to do. But this Macho Man one is very interesting. It's the start. It's the cusp of something brand new. It is the Major League Baseball tie-in the Big Rubber Guys have signed with Major League Baseball, and it's all about diversifying your portfolio, and I think that is a very smart move by the Big Rubber Guys, the Collect Major group, because wrestling's only going to get you so far. That's where it's only going to go, and now that you got the Latunis of the world, the Mattels in the world, and maybe others jumping in, you got to diversify the portfolio. What's going to stand out? What's going to make yourself different? It is bringing a little wrestling over to a little bit of baseball, and we do know we've got the Rambo and stuff like the Jean-Claude Van Damme figures, and they're going to breach out to some other things as well. I think that is very smart, but it's got to be very tactical. It's got to be precise because you could really mess up and go under and sink your whole company if you're not careful. So that's a whole nother story, but they are moving things, and I think it's a smart move here doing Macho Man Randy Savage. Now, of course, for whatever reason, I don't understand it, but everybody thinks of Macho Man with the Cincinnati Reds. Yes, I understand he was in their farm system, and a lot of people took me to task when this was announced. As I said, it should be the Cardinals. Well, it should be the Cardinals because, let's be honest, they're a better team. I'd take Ozzie Smith over Eric Davis every day, Todd McFarlane, and twice on Sunday. But the St. Louis Cardinals, Macho Man was in that organization as well. And in a plot twist, he was a member of the Cardinals organization longer than he was a Reds member. So that's where it should be Cardinals. But I get it. A lot of love for him, the Macho Man over there in the Cardinals or the Reds organization. I get it. I get it. And, it kind of makes sense a little bit because the Ultimate Warrior, he's more of a Cardinals with Tony La Russa going over there. Of course, Jose Canseco, the A's, Mark McGwire. It all kind of links together. A lot of the A's love went to the Cardinals. I was a little heartbroken on that. Story for another day. The Macho Man got retired by the Ultimate Warrior, so a long way away. I did win in the long run there. But long story short, Macho Man, Cincinnati Reds, an interesting one. You Reds fans, you're going to love this, especially if you're a wrestling fan, bringing your properties together. I would love to see them put Macho Man in every single team gear. Do every single baseball team. How many teams are there? 35, 36 teams? I don't even know what it is at this point. But how cool would that be? It wouldn't be good for your wallet if you're a Macho Man collector, but it'd be amazing to see every different color one lined up. I think that's something that has legs, and you throw it in every single team shot for every single stadium. I think that would be a very, very cool thing here. But This is a little bit different. Obviously wrestling with the Macho Man tie-in, but it does feel baseball. You got the homage, Todd McFarlane, to one starting lineups. And I know all about the starting lineups. My dad was huge into the starting lineups. We did a lot of traveling, a lot of collecting, a lot of shows back in the day. Some of the greatest times of my life. It really was. And we got a little bit of a throwback to that one here. So I like that little attention to detail to make this different, but also feel like it's in the Big Rubber Guy's home. Got the big Reds logo down there. I don't know about that. Macho Man Randy Savage. Macho Man giving the old point right there as well. Macho Man looked good in the packaging. 14 and up, not a toy. Big Rubber Guys. And then on the back, we get something entirely different. Mascot Series 1. We get Mr. Met and the Philly Fanatic. Now, I'm a big Phillies guy as well. That is my National League team. Give me a Darren Dalton. Can we get a Darren Dutch Dalton? A John Kruk, maybe? A Wild Thing Mitch Williams? Maybe. But I think this is a smart idea. If they're not going to go the Macho Man thing I talked about, let's get every single mascot. I think that would be huge. People that don't know anything about this would buy this just for their office desk. So I think that is very cool. That being said, I did not pre-order these. I'm not against picking them up in the future. We'll see. There's only so much money. There's only so much space, as we know. But I would love to see these and find out what all the fuss is about. We'll see what happens in the future. We got Major League Baseball down here, officially licensed, as we know as well. Mascot Series 1 once again. Very, very cool, though. It's going to be an interesting turn because I have to imagine this costs some money to get the Macho Man license, which I guess they're already paying for the Macho Man license. And then you got the license for Major League Baseball. There's a lot of funds tied up into this one, we got to remember. So we'll see where this one goes in the future. One thing I forgot to mention, or did I mention about the San Diego Comic-Con Macho missing the sticker? That's been a little bit of a controversy out there because we were shown sticker and we didn't get the sticker. So nobody's sure what's going on with the sticker. Stickergate 2026 is what it is. There's old Mach. And this time I got to be careful because this hat definitely comes off. Come on. There it is, Macho Man. Saving the packaging off to the side. See you later. You got the Cincinnati Reds hat on this one here. Red and white attack at that big old C. I think that C stands for Cincinnati, I think, is if I'm not mistaken. You got the red glasses or red lensed glasses on this one. Same head. Should mention it. You guys can see it with your own eyes. It's just a repaint of this one. Got to get the most out of your molds. Makes a lot of sense. You got that going on. He's got the white and red attack here. Cincinnati Reds logo on the jacket. Reds on the back. You got the Reds baseball logo there on the side. Taped up fist. Got the ooh yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage hands. White and red down to the boots. Looks good. It's respectable. I would take all that Reds garbage off and then it would look really good. But you know, it's all tongue in cheek. I don't like the Reds, but I'm not that obsessed with it. I've moved on in 26 years, but it does look good for what it is. And like I said, I'd love to see an Oakland A's version, a Detroit Tigers version. Let's just run the gamut. Let's get the Florida Marlins. It'd be just funny to have, but I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think, but it's fun to dream. It's fun to dream. There's no doubt, but there it is. Cincinnati Reds Macho, USA Macho, and a little USA Mattel. I do got examples of the other Macho Men from the Big Rubber Guys, the King version, and of course the classic version. We've got some repaints of this one over the last few years. But a lot of Macho Man Randy Savage from the Big Rubber Guys. Be interested to see if they do more Macho Man in the future. I don't know. Have they used all their Macho Man ideas? Is there more to do? Could we get NWO versions, stuff like that? I guess time will tell in the future. But a lot of Macho Men going all the way back to the LJN, Latuni with tons of them, and now Big Rubber Guys with tons of them. There's a lot of Macho Man. So if you're a Macho Man fan, you're loving this life we got, or you're hating it with how much you're having to spend. But we got two going on right now. I think the Cincinnati Reds version you can still maybe get at some of the other places, maybe Big Bad Toy Store. You possibly will be able to pick that one up. I know this one is sold out, so you're looking for eBay at this point here. But there it is, two Macho Man Randy Savages. What's your thoughts? Which one you picking up? You picking up both? You picking up none? What baseball team Macho Man do you want to see? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. We get even more content for you over on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. The best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. And you guys know by now, there's a ton of content to keep you busy. Appreciate the support over there. Sir Paul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and the Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is also the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available every Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. So for Macho Man Randy Savage, Cincinnati Reds edition, and San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
I was editor of the school magazine.